What's up, brothers? You guessed it. It's another week. The days just keep on coming. And we are officially in December of 2025. If my voice sounds a little weird, sound a little lispy, it's because I started Invisalign this week, Friday. Apparently, my bottom teeth here, they've shifted forward a little much, and they're scraping the bottom side of the back side of my top teeth. So this is supposed to correct that. Originally, I told them no. A couple times I told them no because my biggest fear was getting rid of my gap. I love having the London look. I think it's one of my unique traits that I really do love. But all that shit's customizable now. So they were able to plan out moving the bottom teeth and turning in my top teeth, where they're not in danger of hitting my bottom teeth anymore, while still maintaining my gap. So I'm really excited for that. But man, does this suck. Well, not only is like my speech a little weird, but it's pretty uncomfortable. I have to wear it for 22 hours a day. I only take it off to eat, and I can only drink water. If I want to drink anything else, I have to take them off and then go through a process of cleaning them, cleaning my teeth, and putting them back on. Because there's a danger of leaving them on my teeth when it's trapping like sugar or food or something against my teeth, which can cause cavities. And I'm 26 years strong, no cavities, and I'm trying to freaking keep it that way. So we're on our way to greatness. So I started that on Friday. It's a little miserable because I have to do this for the next 10 to 12 months. And after that, a permanent retainer for the rest of my life. And Lord's like, whatever, bitch. I had to do braces. Well, sucks to suck. This is terrible. So I can't imagine what it's like to do that. But yeah, for first week of December, my first week of living with Aiden, it's been great. It's been really good. I've lived with partners before, and it's so nice to be excited to come home. In my first marriage, I know, LOL, those who know, it really got to a point where I dreaded being at the house, dreaded being in that safe space, and now I have a nice, comfortable, happy space to be, especially with how long my days at work have been lately. Getting up early, staying in late. I'm away for so many hours at a time. I know my dogs can go out whenever they want. He's been very kind. If I'm not home by 5, he'll feed the dogs for me and they get taken care of. And, the other day I come home from work and he had done all the dishes. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, when did you have the time to do this? He was like, oh, well, I had a little bit of time waiting for you to come home, like 20, 30 minutes. I just wanted to have this done so that way you wouldn't come home and be stressed. That's awesome. I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful. But yeah, things have been really good for the first week. I got all my clothes moved in, all my jewelry moved in. I'll have to show you guys that because I'm pretty proud. It looks gorgeous. The way that I have it set up, but all of my IT stuff, I still got to figure it out. This office down here is going to get turned into my book nook or a reading place where I'm going to have a chaise lounge and things where I can have some space with the dogs downstairs. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to start crafting that as I get the opportunity. Finished another exam for school today, and it was laughably easy. And I think part of that is just because I know so much now and I've been doing this stuff for so long that it was easy, but it genuinely just felt like, I don't know, usually I get really stressed before exams and this one didn't bother me at all. I moved it up a couple hours early because I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just get it out of the way. So that was good. 2 classes left, and I'm done with my master's. Crazy. Absolutely bonkers. I don't know if I'll do a big ceremony thing like I did for my bachelor's, where we all went to Utah. We'll see, though. We'll see how I'm feeling once I get to graduation. Will be early of next year, and how I want to do that. But it's a lot of stress getting everybody coordinated, as you guys know. I started a retirement account. I already had one from the military, but as soon as I got out of the military, I can't put money into it anymore. But I'm just leaving it there, my TSP account. So I had checked it. Last time I checked it like 2 years ago, it was like 11 grand or something like that. But it seems to snowball and get a little bigger every year. So I'm just going to leave that one alone. But I started my own traditional IRA. I did a little bit of research on it, but yeah, you know, I'm like investing towards my future and stuff, which is super cool. I've been doing these challenges for cybersecurity every day, and something called Try Hack Me. I think it's a pretty lame name, but whatever. But it's really fun. I've been able to do that and kind of communicate with my coworkers about it, which has been very nice. Helps get me to know some basics and get through the flow of it. What else happened this week? Feels like this video is coming out pretty quick, just because we were so late last week because of the holiday. But yeah, things are going good. Or as good as they can be. You know, whenever people talk about, you know, siblings, or more importantly, children, they're like, I want 3, or I want 4, or I want 2, or I want 1 million, whatever. Every time somebody says 3, I'm like, no, you either have to go up or you can go down. Because there's always one out. And it's been like that with us since the dawn of time. You know, well, actually, that's not true. That is not true. Because when we were kids, all the way up until Lauren started getting titties, we were like this, right? I mean, we woke up together, spent our days together. The only time that we were ever separate was when we were at school. We slept in the same bed, in the same twin-sized bed for so many years. Even though we had a perfectly good queen-size bed right next to us. And then after that, there was always an odd man out. For the longest time, it was Lauren. Because she got older and she's talking to boys and doing all that stuff, and it was weird. And then I went to the Army, and it was me. For a long time, I was the odd man out. While I was there the day Theodore was born, I wasn't there for the first year and almost 2 years of his life. There was so much time that you and Lauren and Taylor had together in Lauren's pregnancy and her divorce and getting her back home that I just missed out on. Sometimes you guys reflect on those days, and I miss it. I feel like I missed out on it. But with that said, I'm glad that we always have somebody, right? Even when there seems to be one odd man out. Every time I called, you guys picked up. Every time you called, I did my best to pick up. Sometimes I was busy or out in the middle of the desert, but it's been a tough couple weeks. And I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure. In my 26 years of life, I know something for certain, and that is that I know absolutely fucking nothing. I know nothing with certainty. I'm not the same person I was a year ago or a year before that, or even, what I wanted to be when I was 15 years old. So I know that I know nothing. And try as I may to do my very best in everything that I do. Personal relationships is always where I fail. I'm not great at maintaining friendships. I'm not great at maintaining relationships. I'm about to hit 2 years with Aiden, which is incredible. I've never spent this much time with the person that I actually liked. And I understand a lot of it is work and undoing a lot of these really crappy self-preservation skills that I've set up over my life to protect myself is going back on those things, because there's that word called compromise or whatever. But I do feel like I'm not doing my best in other aspects. While I'm doing all these wonderful things, I feel like I'm not watering my flowers well enough. I've really been hanging out with friends or going out and doing things other than schoolwork, and sleep. So I need to change that. And spend more time with my friends and checking in on my family. Yeah. Checking on my sisters. Actually. I love you guys so much, and I'm excited to hopefully hear you before the end of the week, which is tomorrow. Sorry for the late assignment, but I love you guys so much. You're the closest thing to my heart. And if you need anything, I'm here.